Okay, fellow Toastmaster and most welcome guest. Welcome to the advanced hashtag Elden Speaker 245 meeting. My name is Sean. I am the search on for today's meeting. Before starting the meeting, there are three ground rules we need to follow during the meeting. First, please stay mute until it is your turn to speak. Second, we encourage you to turn on your camera for wonderful audience interaction if you are available. Third, the meeting will be recorded, and if you are not comfortable to be recorded, you are welcome to turn off your camera. But please stay in the meeting to enjoy and learn as much as you can. Now, let's put our hands together to welcome our distinguished present live to the virtual stage.
Thank you to our Sergeant Arms, Shan. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, wherever you are in this part of the world. First, I would like to say thank you everyone for joining us today, and I'd like to acknowledge the presence of our District 51 Club Guru Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Patricia Yap, and of course, fellow members, Toastmaster, and of course, our special invited Master Class Speaker, Distinguished Toastmaster Poh Kim Siong. Thank you for joining us today. Now, as the word the power of thanks. Thanks may be simple, yet it means a lot when we spoke to someone. When they have helped us, they will feel they are appreciated through what we've done for them. Now, we'd like to first introduce our Toastmaster of the day, Franco, to take over the lead. We will start the session now. Thank you. Franco, you ready?
Yes.
Franco is also our timer.
Yeah.
And he'll be taking care of time.
Mm.
And we shall now go ahead and have President Lai to introduce our esteemed speaker, Mr. Poh Kim Siong, all the way from District 80. Over to you, Lai.
Thank you to our Club Vice President of Education, Distinguished Toastmaster Patricia. I have the privilege to meet Distinguished Toastmaster Poh Kim Siong when I attended District 80 conference during the year 2021-2022. During that time when we are in half pandemic, I flew over to Singapore to attend the conference there, where I met him. I was surprised that when I met him, he was quite a nice person. We are quite same large size, so people recognize, are you two brother? No. And to surprise, my mentor says, hey, you met Kim Siong. I say, yes, quite a coincidence. And through that, there are times when I'm doing my duty as my division director term. I have some question that I directly ask him. Some maybe there are things when I'm going through election, some matters. He does help me a lot through that time. That's I would say, thank you, Distinguished Toastmaster Poh Kim Siong, helping me that time. And last year, during the Bandung conference, he has even given me a book written by him. So I truly appreciated that, and there is a message in it. Now, fellow Toastmaster, let's welcome our speaker, Distinguished Toastmaster Poh Kim Siong, to the virtual stage.
Thank you, President Lai. And in fact, I'd like to thank, before I start the session, I'd like to thank your club when I go and consolidate. In fact, for the past 5 years, I visited your club either in January, starting of the year, or end of Toastmaster financial term in the month of June. So over years, right, I have shared topics like from now how to know how, positively thinking, power of growth, as well as simplified leadership. And today, in fact, I'd like to say a big thank you for your club, because this is your club offering me this platform to share this particular topic closest to my heart. And the learning outcome for this session today, this afternoon, right, I'd like to show how thanks impact leadership, impact communication, as well as it build resilience. I'd like to share with you this particular incident happened last year. On the 24th of April, I took a flight from Singapore to Penang. And during the flight, my right eye, I feel some discomfort. And I feel that there's some dark patch is moving and covering the whole eye. I couldn't see. Upon landed in the terminal, I quickly text my friend Rosaline from Penang. I said, Sister Rosaline, I think I have some eye infection. Could you recommend me some eye doctor in Penang can do a check for me? Just imagine, I flew from Singapore to Penang to attend their district conference. Upon landed, this is something, the first message I sent out to a Toastmaster, Rosalind, where she offered me some help. And at that moment, our region advisor, Srinivas, picked me up from the airport and I rested for 2 hours. I said, Sri, after 2 hour rest, the condition doesn't seem better. So he sent me to this medical center in Penang and I do a 2 hour thorough check. And the doctor told me, Mr. Poh, I got news for you. It's quite important. Your retina detached. You can buy a ticket through back to Singapore and immediately get an operation done, or you can do an operation in Penang. So I consulted with my wife. I said this is an important moment, and I went through the operation. And happily, on Saturday morning, I go and remove the patch, and in the late morning, I become the keynote speaker as well as workshop speaker in the afternoon. But what he told me is he put in this thing called silicone oil, and after 3 months, you need to remove this from your eyes. So upon back to Singapore, I went to a check, and the doctor advised me, your condition in fact is more serious than what you imagine. You need to remove your silicone oil. You need to go for a cataract operation, and you have this thing called macular degeneration. And on the 9th July, I went through this operation. And these are the two doctors, Dr. Alan Ang and Dr. Chan from Singapore. In fact, they are the one created this special moment last year for me to have the courage to face all the life challenges, especially in 9 December when I go back for my review with Dr. Chan. He told me, in fact, Kim Siong, you should count your blessing and you are still able to see. If you never take immediate action, you may not be able to see. So at that moment, after going through these important life challenges, I feel that in our life, there's 3 important angles of things. Number 1 is lens. Number 2 is glue. Number 3 is grit. Let me go through in more detail. What do I mean by lens? It's the way we look at the certain thing. It's just supposed in that point in time, and the doctor told me, you will not have 100% recovery. The max you can recover maybe 85 to 90%. And in fact, after so many months, my eye didn't go back to 100%. But I look at another perspective, how this life lesson I learned, I draw from this incident, is to help me to look at different perspectives. And how do I use what I have to create an impact, to make a difference? So sometimes if you so focus on all the bad things, you attract all the bad energy or negative energy. But if you shift your perspective to look at the positive thing, you realize that in fact this is a moment you can do more things. The second anchor point is this glue keep us build the connection together. You realize that after I went through all these life challenges, in fact, the relationship with friends, with family, get closer. And the third anchor point. It helps you to build resilience. And let me share with you one project when I was still on MC in the month of August. Because last year is SG60, Singapore celebrate 60 year of anniversary. So when I was thinking at this moment, how could I do something where we can bring members together and how do we create a meaningful project? So in my club, every year we have this thing called the Mid-Autumn Celebration. So we have done this celebration every year, different theme for last 10 years, but we didn't did any consolidation of information. So I shared with my club president, why don't we have this SG60 where we gather 60 speakers and speak for 60 seconds for impromptu or table topic. It's tough, but through the experience, through the belief, we are able to gather a team of 60 participants to share their belief, their ideas for 60 seconds. So in order to make the whole project more fun, considering the last 10 years of Mid-Autumn Celebration for our club, I started this idea. Why don't we collect 60 stories from Toastmaster members or friends, their idea of Mid-Autumn? And you realize that by putting all these three things together, we use this thing called changing the perspective of looking at things. It seems difficult, it seems tough from the start, but how are we going to make this into reality? Is to take a step at a time, talking to the right people through the connections. And the more exciting thing is every step you do, you get closer to your goal. So for this SG60, on the day itself, we managed to have 60 speakers and we managed to publish the physical copy of the book during Toastmaster International 101 year anniversary on the 22nd of October 2005. So at this moment, I'd like to invite you in the chat room, write down which anchor, lens, blue or grid resonate the most to you today. Maybe in the chat group, you could type in your comment. Lens, some is lens, okay? Okay, we have partial lens. Okay, and blue for Nelson. And you realize that everybody has different things. And at this moment, I'd like to hear from Duncan. What is one thing you are thankful for right now, Duncan? Happy to meet you again, Duncan.
Hello, Kim Siong. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, right. I think all of those are important actually. So health, home, family, friends, food, all of that, it all comes together into one thing.
Okay.
So I think to isolate one without the other, I think sometimes maybe you're going down the wrong path.
Okay. So all are important, but besides all these items on the PowerPoint, what truly in your heart, one thing you are thankful of at this moment?
Gosh. I'd probably have to say family, otherwise I'm going to get whacked in the head.
Okay, how about let's hear from Shan. Shan, how about yourself? What is the one thing you feel thankful for right now?
Actually, I want to thank myself because I have a change, but by my change, it depended on a lot of people help me. So I thank myself, but also thank for everyone. Thank you.
Okay, how about Patricia, our Club Go director?
Wow, for me right now, certainly it's always health. I believe health is a foundation of everything.
Okay, how about our question master, Janet?
For me, it is also health.
Okay.
Health, because I think without health, you can't do the rest of the things. So all are equally important, just that health comes first.
Yeah. For me, after going through the eye surgery, right, I realized that in fact health is the most important thing in our life. If we are not healthy, how are we going to take care of our family? How are we going to take care of our friends, our work, even actively involved in Toastmasters? And I still remember when I went around for my international director, right? I read some of the candidates pass away. So before I went to the international convention in Calgary, I went for a health check. I make sure I'm healthy to serve our member. And I share with those district leaders come and interview me, right? I say, I must be healthy to serve you. If I'm not healthy, if I don't know how to take care of myself, how I'm able to take care of others. So the most important thing is we need to make sure our priority is right. And all this is through years of understanding, through years of reflection. And I believe that when we give thanks, right, it will come back in multiple folds. And I still remember just how I shared with you the mid-autumn booklet, right? I collect 60 stories. And the most challenging part is the last 3 stories to make up the number. So at that point in time, because I'm trying to meet my deadline, and the month is September, and the last 3 stories, I call a member from Hong Kong. I say, today is my birthday. I hope that I could receive the best birthday present where I have in 2025. The last story for this 60 story. And guess what? Through the connection, the 60th story, right, in the booklet came in during my birthday on 10:28 p.m. So it's through the kind of taking the perspective, using our lens. If you think of, I'm not going to make the deadline, that must be bad. But the thing is, you shift the idea, perspective on looking on the things, good thing will happen. And the most important thing is it brings the relationship from your members and leaders closer together. And it's tough. If you think it's tough, yesterday Alex will not climb to 101 building in 90 minutes. So through all this, we learn, and we overcome. So if you right now recall, can you remember how does thanks in action apply in leadership and communication? Could you remember one way your leader show thanks to you? Which means that if you join Toastmaster for 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years, one moment where your leader offer a thanks to you and you remember deep in your heart. Maybe Duncan is thinking very hard. Let's hear from Duncan.
I'm not going to give you one incident only, but over the years, my leaders, my bosses, the bosses who I've really looked up to, they're the ones who've given me recognition. And that's a form of thanks. And it's more important than a pay rise, I can tell you.
Yeah, definitely. Recognition and appreciation shown by your boss, for your leaders, right? You feel touch your heart. And let me share with you one instance. When I was the district treasurer serving District 51 in 1999-2000, my first visit to Jakarta as a district treasurer, my district governor then was Maimuna Natasha. She is the past international director, and she picked me from the airport, and her secretary call her, say, oh, Maimuna, you got this appointment this week. And what Maimuna told her is, today, this 3 days, I have a special guest from Singapore. Please postpone all my appointments until my guest leave Jakarta. And at that moment, you feel appreciated, you feel thanks, you feel that whatever you do for Toastmaster is, and this leader is worthwhile. You bring the connection, the closeness to the leader. Until today, after so many years, we are still good friends. And I have a privilege. Last year when I went to Bandung conference, right, I stopped over in Jakarta and I celebrated her birthday with her family. It became a family get together, not just a Toastmaster. Let's hear from Patricia. What is one way your leader show thanks to you?
Yes, that's a good one. One way leaders show their thanks certainly be my listening ears. I
Okay.
have to say the journey of leadership can be very lonely, and I'm very grateful actually to let everybody know I have a great mentor who would spend the time listen to me all the time, good or
Okay.
bad. You know who this person is? Thank you.
Okay. Let's hear from Patsy. Patsy from. Are you there, Patsy? It's Betty. Betty. Off your, on your mic. You didn't on your mic, Betty. Please unmute yourself. Couldn't hear you. Maybe we'll come back to
Can
you.
you hear me?
Yeah, now better. Yeah, now I can hear you. Okay, congratulations for getting your
Are you
DTM.
able to hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, very good. I am so amazed with your sharing. Yes. What is your question to me?
Okay, one way a leader show thanks to you. And in fact, you got your DTM. I'm so happy when I saw the photograph. Even though I'm not at the KL to witness the moment, I can feel the excitement, especially you received from Daniel Rex, our CEO. But can you share with one instance a leader show thanks to you?
The leaders, I have got so many of my mentor, my leaders. I really show thanks not just for that moment, but it will be forever. I will be able to cherish, because leaders, you don't look upon them for one day of glory. It is a journey that they help to build me, and this is something that we must cherish. I'm sure all of us do not just appreciate your mentor or the leaders that built you, but it is through the accumulation of love, affection, and the leadership quality, and not just fly by night. And this is something that we all must treasure. There are so many in my Toastmaster journey that I have got people, even on screen now, I have got lovable people, and these are people that we must appreciate and show leadership. So now that we have got our DTM status, doesn't mean that we look upon us as just at that level. We have got to build people from zero to hero. That is always my mission. Okay.
In fact, one of all my big learning when you get your DTM, right? In fact, it's a starting point to contribute more to our organization, and make this impact and make this inspiration to more leaders, to more members. And at this moment, right, I'd like to welcome the PQD from District 97. He's in the room too. Welcome. Okay, you realize that a leader where to show thanks, to show appreciation. Sometimes to show thanks and appreciation is very, very small or little way. Like for example, in a club meeting, right, you can invite all the members, right, to give a standing ovation for when your members achieve the first palm or finish a DTM. This little gesture they'll remember for the rest of their life. That is like I shared with some members in Hong Kong previously. I said you just need to show thumbs up, clap, and standing ovation, and this can go a long way by showing appreciation, by showing thanks to our members, to our leaders. Next, in communication, do you have any moment, one time, right, you think the thanks make communication easier? Let's hear from Nelson. Do you ever come across where when you give thanks, your communication will get much more easier? Nelson. Yeah, it's you. You just unmute it. Nelson, would you want to share instances? Okay, maybe we invite Lai. When thanks make communication easier.
Can you repeat?
Okay, where thanks make your communication with your member and leader easier. When you give thanks and you realize that it's getting easier to help us in communications.
Yeah, it makes things easier as they feel appreciated when we say thanks, appreciate them. Some things that small gestures, but given a big impact to them.
Thank you. Personally, sometimes, okay, in my club we organize big event, small event, and we always show appreciation to the cleaner. We show appreciation to the person who helped to tidy the place, to make sure the facility is clean and tidy. And sometimes we offer them food to invite them to join in for refreshment. So these are little things where we can do to make the relationship, the connection stronger. And you realize that when we offer all this, we get things done faster and easier. And never underestimate all these little things. And I would like to share with you some practical tools, right? How can you make your thanks much more effective? Personally, I have this thing called thanks journal. I do it in Facebook. Okay, I do it in Facebook. I have a photo album on all the special moments with members, with leader, or my own personal moment. I do this journal. I keep on Facebook album. So you can be a physical copy. You can be a digital copy. The most important thing is you have a thing to storage all your precious memories. And by doing all this, right, you realize that this will help to propel you a long way. Because 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, when you reflect back, these are the special moments. Like, for example, Betty just got her DTM. If she documented her journey. Okay, when I serve as region advisor, I especially create a region advisor page from the first day till the last day. So the 15 months as region advisor, the record is captured in that particular page itself. So I strongly encourage you, keep a journal for yourself because you are the best person to write your own story. And who knows, in future you want to write some reflection of your Toastmaster journey. These are all really your material over the years. Because we have instances when you want to start writing, you cannot find a photo, you cannot remember your records. So I challenge you to do a proper journal by either digital way or hard copy, so you can have a proper record. The second thing is always pause for a moment to think at this moment who are the 3% you can thank them to make your life better, or some moment to pause to think. So personally, I have yellow paper to write down my thoughts today. Who am I going to contact them to create the relationship? And the third thing is some thank you note. You can write a thank you note to the person to express your thanks. Like for example, when I presented my book, okay, I will definitely write a note inside the book, and you realize that this go a long way, and it's personalized to the person. So a thank you note can help you move forward even further. Okay, at this moment, right, I would like you to write a quick thank you message to someone in this group. Not to me. I will write later I write a message to Patricia, to your president, to your club. Because in fact, your club have made my journey of presentation online. I have learned so much through your meeting. Okay, and I'd like to advise you to, okay, June just say, thank you, Pat, for inviting me for this meeting. So once you realize that when all this message stand out, positive message stand out, you attract positive energy reply. And when you give thanks, the more you give, in fact, you will receive multiplier effect back to you. So I challenge you, quickly write a message to someone in this group. Okay, can be the president, can be Duncan. I met Duncan in Advanced Arden so many times. I met Betsy in your club meeting, even though we didn't see physically in person. Like for example, when I met your president live, the moment when we meet each other, the connection established. Okay, now take a silent reflection. Okay, take a deep breath and thank one person in your life right now. You don't need to type in the chat group. Just take a moment, okay, and thank the person, one person in your life right now. Okay, in closing, thanks open your eyes, which your lens. Thanks connect our heart, which is the groove, and thanks strengthen our spirit is the grit. If all these three things get together, the lens, the groove, and the grit, okay, we'll make this world a better place for you and for me. And my workshop always come with this 8 days service warranty. If you got any question where you don't understand, I'm more than happy to connect with you through WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger. And in fact, this thing I flashed 5 years ago. That's why the 88 days is more than 88 days. We become a long time friendship, and we become a long time service and support to each other grow in Toastmaster International. With that, okay, I see the green card is up. Now I open for any question, or I hand the control back to the MC, Franco.
Thank you to our distinguished Toastmaster Poh Kim Siong. Thank you. Now, if anyone there have any question, do ask, and I will pass this session, and it will be led by our FAQ master, Janet. Janet, please.
Thank you, President Lai, for this opportunity. So DTM Kim Siong has already shared what you have learned today. Lens, glue, and grit. From what I understand is the lens is what you see, and there's connection, you glue them, and there's grit to face resilience. So now is the time for you all to reflect and see which area you would like to have more clarification. Kim Siong here will be able to assist you.
Thank you.
Kim Siong, can I make a say? Just now you were asking
Sure.
about which one we should be grateful for when you put the health, family, and all this. Now that everybody acknowledge, yes, health is the utmost important. But truly, if we have known all these things from our young days, I would think that food is the most priority. Because why? Now, if we all say it is the health, but in the young days, you keep a lot of rojak, and you are not cautious about the food. That is where you have harbored the unhealthy living. So what is the point when you're implanted all the unhealthy food already taken, and now at the maturing age you say you want to observe and to make sure that health is important? How to be important when your root is already rotten? You reject all the thing. So food is the most important for you to build healthy body.
Okay. Definitely, I strongly agree what Betty shared with us. But the most important thing is we cannot backtrack.
Yes.
What we need to do is now we need to move forward. And so that's why at this moment in time, whatever we have, right, we cannot backtrack, say, oh, we should do this, we should do that.
Yes.
In fact, what we need to do is what are we going to do now? to make a difference? Are we going to eat healthily, or are you still want to do nothing? Okay, like for example, after my eye issues, right? In fact, I try not to attend Toastmaster Club meeting regularly because I go to bed quite early now. I slept as early as 9 o'clock, 9:30 to have a longer hour of sleep. In the past, I always mentioned, oh, don't worry, I can work until 10, 11 o'clock or 1, 2 a.m. In fact, you're killing yourself. And I wake up quite early at 4:35. But right now, I make a decision, I try to sleep until about 7, 7:30. So the key question is, after knowing all these challenges, right, what are you going to do now? And what differences are you going to make? Okay, the reason why I start out with the Mid-Autumn Project, right, or S360, right? Okay, I realized that if we don't collect what we did in the past, right, in a proper way of recording, in fact, over the years, right, you will tend to forget what you do. So I challenge you, if you join Toastmasters for 10, 15 years or 20 years, okay, go back and do a collection of what you did in Toastmaster. When do you finish your CTM, your first pass, or when do you first time win the speech contest? And the most important thing is write down your feeling and write down your reflection. And realize that when you do this reflection, right, and ask yourself 3 key questions. Number 1 is, what action do I want to do? What contribution do I want to make a difference to the club, to the society, to our country? And the third question is, how are you going to pass on this knowledge down to next generation? I can challenge you, 100 years down the road, 200 years down the road, okay? In fact, nobody will remember you in this world, even your own generation. Like Toastmaster, after joining for 50 years, 100 years, the new leader doesn't know who is Duncan, who is Patricia Yap, or who is Poh Kim Siong. Okay? But the most important thing is you need to ask yourself, at this moment, what do you gain and what can you contribute to make a difference? You don't need people to remember, but the thing is, what difference can you contribute? We are here to make a difference. In our lifetime, right, it's only 10,000 days, or the max, right, I give it 12,000 days, which is about 100 years old. What difference can you make? Okay, and just now Duncan asked me one question in the chat is, what happened to my did I protect my, in fact, I take good care of my both eyes now. When I went out, if you go to my Facebook, right, I like to wear sunglasses. Recently, our French president wear sunglasses to give a speech, right? And Donald Trump joked with him, make a very nasty remark. And I realized the same thing. When I wear sunglasses to a club meeting, people say, hey, how come you wear sunglasses indoor? I said, my doctor asked me to protect my eye. Okay, the sunglasses help me to slow down the deterioration of my right eye and protect my left eye for UV. So I strongly encourage you, we only understand all this, right, when something happened to you. So treasure what we have and make a difference. Continue to make a difference, which is very, very crucial and very, very important. And make your life meaningful. And beginning of last week, I saw CP Lau, the past district director from District 102, post an obituary. In fact, this trainer, 3 years ago, I met him in one of the boot camp training. He's only age 51. So I strongly encourage, do whatever you feel like doing, never delay. Okay, if you think that you want to take part in speech contest, or submit your nomination form to lead the district, my challenge to you is do it now. Don't say, oh, wait until I'm free, wait until the right time. In fact, there's no such thing called right time. There is only now. If you think it's right now, you are able to contribute, take a step forward. And Toastmaster is a movement for you to learn on the job training. No one is equipped with all the knowledge. So if you are able to use the power of thanks, in fact, you can attract a lot of energy and a lot of support along the way. Okay, I think I see PQD from District 97. Any questions you want to raise? Or I see you in Da Nang. I invite our members to go Da Nang.
Thank
Kim
you, Teacher.
Siong? Yes.
Yeah.
You have questions, Sumara?
No, not a question. Not a question. Just want to thank.
Okay.
Thank you.
Subin, you have a question? Go
Subin,
ahead.
yes. Subin.
Hi, good day, DJ Poh. I know
Yeah.
you sometimes, but you don't know me yet. It's okay.
It's okay. We can make the connection.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Subin.
I truly appreciate your sharing today. Very genuine, very authentic, and I learned so much from you. Especially, you are really a good leader to me. So here I have a questions for you. Is just now I heard you mention about your, I don't know what they call antenna. Is it from your eyes one detached?
Retina.
Retina detached.
Retina. Okay. So may I know what is the reason to cause that detach? Is that a common issue or how?
Okay, good question. In fact, the doctor cannot pinpoint to what actually caused the detach. And what he described is, in fact, you couldn't see the thing. It get dark. Okay, it's only black. So he used a very interesting analogy. It says it's like a light bulb in your house couldn't light up. That's why you see darkness. Okay, and when I went to AI, right, to check what actually caused the detachment. One is old age. Okay, one is old injury where you knock somewhere, you don't know, you are not aware. The other is maybe health reason like diabetes, okay, high blood pressure. All this can cause. So at that morning, which I took a flight to Penang, right, I feel uncomfortable. And it's like it clicked, it slowly moved from the corner of eye, power black, and the more you rub, right, you don't feel comfortable. I thought it's eye infection. So after checking, in fact, they put me through 2-hour check. After checking, they said, "Oh, Mr. Poh, you have this thing called retinal detachment. It's a serious. If you don't treat it early, okay, if you delay, okay, you may go blind." So I asked the doctor a few questions. So one way is to put in the gas bubble. Okay, the other way is to put in this thing called the silicone oil. So I chose to put in the silicone oil because gas bubble you cannot take flight. I said if I put in the gas bubble, how am I going to come back to Singapore from Penang? So I chose to use silicone oil. But silicone oil, the disadvantage is 3 months later you have to remove the silicone oil. And when I back to Singapore, right, in fact they found more problems. The cataract, silicone oil plus the macular degeneration. Right now my eye is not 100% recovered. Okay, if I see the Toastmaster word right, the center portion right, due to the macular degeneration right, the center portion is missing. The word crammed together. So I will miss the O and T. Like for example, it's number plate right, 1, 2, 3, 4 right. I only can see 1, 2, 4. The 3 is missing. But if I keep looking at the worst scenario, keep blaming, it doesn't solve. So I need to change my lens to tell myself at this moment, how am I going to make a difference using what I have? So I strongly encourage you, whatever challenge, everyone in this screen, right, will encounter different kind of challenges in life. If you look at all the bad things, you attract all the bad energy. But you look at all the possibility, you realize that in fact we open a lot of doors and a lot of excitement. So I started to do many interesting projects. Okay, last year I went to conduct a evaluation workshop. Then I encouraged members to take part in the speech contest. Then when my club president said, "Hey, now it's our club contest. Then I do some deep thought and deep reflection. If I'm going to encourage people to take part as leader and you don't take part, it's not right. So I took part and ended up I went up to all the way to division level. So never stop all this because you have this some disadvantage. And how are you going to turn in all this advantage to positive energy, right? To make you go further and go better. So that's something I learned along the way. And I do a lot of reflections. I like to go to in the previous talk, I like to share, I will share with audience, I like to go to nature, to connect with nature, to find answer. So these are something, enjoy what you have. Hope I answer your question, Suvin.
Yes, you do. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Zubin, for your question, and Kim Siong for giving the sharing. I also reflect because in a week we are so busy. Once every day we just go by day, and towards the end of the week, which is on Saturday, then Sunday comes the new week. So I do encourage reflection because I see reflection is something that give me the thought of what has happened. How can I be thankful and show gratitude? Little gestures actually help as what I've understand from this session too. And I would like to also share, I actually posted one poster there, a fresh new week, new start, let's make it a great one. So this is something that always kickstart with a new week, which this morning while I was driving, how can I actually encourage my members or my friends or colleagues? So this is what I came out with. And I have one question from Patricia here. How to have forward-looking attitude towards pain in life? We always say about good things, but there's also challenges from a pain perspective. But we want to see pain, we want to avoid pain in life. And how do we take it from here? Kim Siong.
Okay. Thank you. How do you see how do you see pain? If you focus your energy on pain, right, definitely you attract a lot of pain energy. Okay, but that's why I mentioned from the very first start, right? How you change your life to shift the perspective. You can draw. What you can do is draw the pain, whatever good lesson you can draw from here. Okay, for example, you realize that someone may say bad about you. Okay, like when I went for my RA uh, selection interview, and one of the remark, right, posted in the 360-degree interview, right, in the questionnaire, right, the answer, right, I gather, right, Kim Siong cannot do event management. Kim Siong don't speak properly, don't speak well. And what my response to the selection committee or the interviewer is, in fact, these are the lesson where, because that is the view of others. And you need to understand all this view is not valid or it's not real because everyone has their own perception. And the most important thing is you need to use this view, right, as a stepping stone for you to move forward. If you are not doing well in event management, make sure you organize some more event, right? Okay, to grow yourself, to be a better person, to be a better leader. Like for example, when I attend your over these 5 years, right, when I attend all the workshops, okay, certain point cannot get across. I will ask myself, how am I going to make my presentation much more engaging, and how do I make my ideas, right, easier for you to digest and for you to understand. If I doubt into, I didn't achieve the presentation what I want to achieve today, I feel bad, the member cannot get, you'll keep going down all the way. So you have to change your lens, your perspective. How can you make it better? My question to you is, if you focus on pain, you'll get even more painful. But if you are going to draw a lesson from the pain, you'll make you much more effective and much more powerful. So grow as a leader, grow as a communicator. Make yourself a leader where, like in Chinese, right? last time I shared with my members, 学人一样，和人一样，做人榜样, which you learn from others. You work together with people and eventually be a role model for others. So I challenge you, don't suck into this thing called the pain. Always draw energy from there and make them as stepping stone and make yourself a better leader, a better communicator. I hope I answer your question, Patricia.
Thank you so much, DTM Kim Siong. I guess
Yeah.
this is what we have for today.
Mm.
I will pass the time to President Lai.
Thank you to our FAQ Master Janet. Thank you. And thank you also to our distinguished Toastmaster Poh Kim Siong to answer. Taking up the question in FAQ, we will have one more session later. Now we will go through the appreciations for our speaker and the group photo at the moment for the time being. Shan, is the set ready?
Take a good photo first. Just
Okay,
wait a
let's take a
moment.
group photo first.
Just wait a moment. Okay.
Sure.
Just look here, everyone. Please turn on your camera. 1, 2, 3. Okay, done. Wait a moment.
Okay, let's take another one.
Wait a moment. Next page.
Everyone?
Next
Yeah.
page. Look here.
Next page.
Yeah, everyone, please turn on
Prison.
the window camera if possible.
For a second. 1,
Ah,
2, 3. Okay, done.
Thank you.
Then
Good.
I show the
Appreciation.
award. Yes. Just wait a moment.
It's trying. It's okay.
It's muted.
Yeah. Okay, role players. Okay. For DTM Kim Siong first. Okay. Okay, DTM Kim Siong, get ready. We'll take the photo. We are okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, done. Shan next.
Thank you.
Janet. Franco. Franco, where are you? So you. And Shan. Spotlighting and Shan. Okay. Okay, we'll take the photo now. Everyone, get ready. 1, 2, 3. Okay, done. Let's say today, thank you everyone for joining this session. Wait, this session is not end yet. We will go for another session, which is Ask Poh Kim Siong Anything. And this next session will not be recorded. So if you have still question,